Apparently, I've been a bad girl. A few weeks ago, I posted a video titled Sick, and in it, I chronicled the adventures of my dog and I both getting very sick after taking our usual morning walk out in the neighborhood. It was a weird morning because there was a fog out there that was different than any fog I had been around. It wasn't wet and it smelled weird and it was a little bit yellow tinged. I don't know. I didn't think anything of it at the time, but I'll tell you what, Lucy, the pup, literally laid on the floor and hardly moved for 3 days, did not eat, and I was super sick for over a month. And in this video, I talked about that incident and the month and all the things, the holistic home remedies I had tried to help my immune system, boost my immune system, and help me feel better. Well, long story short, YouTube deleted the video for medical misinformation, and they gave me a warning. Anyway, they were kind enough to let me know what egregious part of that video where I talked about all these things like oil of oregano and zeolite, that sort of thing. They let me know what was the most offensive part of the video, and it was when I mentioned this. I was so surprised at that. I thought that that was a tried and true immune booster, natural immune booster that had been around for centuries. As a matter of fact, when I looked on Google after I got the warning, this is what I found. I Googled the health benefits of elderberry, and it says elderberry offers several health benefits, particularly in reducing the duration and severity of cold and flu symptoms. It is rich in antioxidants and vitamin C, which support immune health and can prevent illness and aid in muscle recovery. Goes on to say elderberry also shows promise in improving metabolic health, cardiovascular health, and male fertility, although more research is needed in these areas. A recent study found that drinking 12 ounces of elderberry juice daily for a week causes positive changes in the gut microbiome, which is cool, and improves glucose tolerance and fat oxidation. But apparently, the crack medical experts at YouTube know differently. I was so surprised to find out that elderberry was not what we'd been told it was, a natural immune support. Who knew? Who knew? But I have to say, YouTube has a much bigger problem than little old me. Not only is it available on Amazon, it's also available at CVS and Walgreens and Target and Sam's Club and Costco. It's everywhere. So I'm not sure what YouTube is going to do. Maybe they could team up their crack medical experts with their legal team, and go after these companies that are selling this stuff that apparently is, medical misinformation. Now, YouTube did offer me re-education camp, which I declined. It was a series of lessons that they were going to give me. I think there were 7, where I would learn the error of my ways and find out how to not participate in wrongthink anymore. I didn't take it. I did, however, protest them taking down the video because that was an option. So I clicked the little, please review again button, and they thoroughly reviewed it with their crack team of medical professionals, and 45 seconds later sent me back a decline of my appeal. So, interesting. By the way, this is not a makeup tutorial. I'm putting on my makeup for the day. That's what I'm doing. I actually have a good girlfriend here. She's come for a week and I'm getting ready. We're gonna go out thrifting. after I'm done, which is why I'm putting my makeup on. So I'm not going to talk about the products I'm using mostly, except when there's something new that's really interesting and fun and good, but it will all be listed below in the description box. This is the L'Oreal Lumi. I'm really loving this, but you know what? I found that you really kind of do need to shake it up in the container because it mixes up better. So shake it up if you have it. You might like it that way. This has a beautiful glow to it, and you guys know I am all about the glow. This is one of the few makeup or foundation items that I put on with my fingers because I have found that when you use a sponge, a lot of it gets sucked up in the sponge. This is not a find that I came across. I actually found this on Mel C's channel. She did a review of it and she put it on and it looks so beautiful on her that I thought, I want to try that. And I did. And the first time I tried it, I did a video on it. It was way too light. I got a color that was way too light. And I ended up getting the next color in the lineup. And let me see what that is so I can tell you. I now have 120 neutral. And I think this color is really good. And you guys know me, I'm all about the glow, so not quite enough glow. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, and I'm just putting this on a few of the high points of my face as we talk. Needless to say, when the video got taken down, and I mean taken down, I don't have it because I don't keep all the files. It's too much storage. So I kind of rely on the YouTube files for reference to my past videos. I don't even have the thumbnail. So I would throw it up there with the link, but it no longer exists on YouTube. It's gone. I was pretty ticked when I first found out that they had taken the video down because, you know, I had put work into it. And this is my business. This is how I pay my bills. So losing a video means I'm, you know, losing income. And I was just a little frustrated because I felt like what I had learned over the years, YouTube and their clearly crack team of medical professionals was telling me something very different. And then I got this email in. It says, "Hey Kimberly, I was duplicating some of your helpful aids on the video Sick, and communist YouTube removed your video. Can you please be so kind to provide me a list of your aids?" That made me laugh. It made my day. So thank you. You know who you are. I will black out the name, or I won't include the name when I put this up in the video, but thank you for that. That kind of made me laugh. And what I realized at that time was if YouTube's effort at controlling the narrative now has come down to deleting videos from some podunk YouTuber, they've already lost. It's over. Game over. No one's falling for it anymore. And the bottom line is, in my opinion, because this is all my opinion, is they're just making fools out of themselves now. One of the things that I did with that video, and if you saw this, you will know this, is I was very careful with my language because I'm not a medical professional, not even close to it. And I stated that really, really clearly at the beginning of the video and again at the end of the video. And I was very careful to say, this is what I did when I was sick. I never said, you need to do this, or this is what I recommend, because I can't do that. I don't know you. I don't know your health issues. I don't have the knowledge to be able to say those types of things. So I was very careful to keep it to what I did. And when I talked about each of the formulations or ingredients that I used when I was sick, I had drawn what I said about each of them from that little snippet that you get at the top of Google when you Google something. So that little snippet is the narrative approved AI information. This is what they want you to know. Not what's actually, out there, but what they want you to know. So I was really careful with it. And my point in doing that video was to just say, hey, this is what I used based on recommendations from people that I know and respect. And if they sound interesting to you, do some research, look them up, see if it's something that you might want to look into. Because I'm not in a position to be able to say do this or do that. I mean, I'm a long, long way from that. And I don't want to be in that position. Oh, I missed talking about this and I wanted to. This is the bronzer from Boom. They have changed their packaging. It used to look like this and now it looks like this, which I actually kind of like. I was curious about the bronzer because I use the Boom sticks a lot and really love them. So I ordered the bronzer and I really, really like it. As a matter of fact, these Boom sticks have become one of my favorite makeup products. I have them on my makeup table all the time. I throw the cheek and lip little Boom stick in my purse. There's only a few colors. You can pick the one that you think would work best for you. I really do like them and they've become a real staple. So if you haven't tried them and you're looking for something that's cream-based, that's clean and healthful, you might want to look at this. So anyway, I was very, very careful with that video because I know that, the censorship has gotten out of control, particularly when it comes to health. And what I believe, and you may believe differently, that's okay. We can still be friends. We can have different belief systems and still be friends. What I believe is that in the last 5 years, the censorship has been ridiculous. And a lot of the people who were telling the truth were the ones that got censored. And one of them, Jay Bhattacharya, is now director of NIH. He got totally censored. And now he's, head of one of our major medical organizations. He was one of the founders of the Great Barrington Declaration, which, if you don't know what that is, look it up if you're interested to find out more. He really is a brilliant doctor, so I'm glad that he's where he's at. But he got totally censored. So I think that, in my opinion, there's a narrative going on out there that I am not convinced, my opinion again, really has to do with the best health of the people. And I'm talking in particular about the US right now because that's where I live. And so that's what I can speak to is life here in the US. If you're in a different country, you definitely have firsthand knowledge about what's going on in your country. So here we are, getting all this censorship around health. However well-intentioned or ill-intentioned, we don't really know. Only the people that are doing it know. So we've got all this censorship, and Americans have never been fatter or sicker, even though we're spending more money than ever, trillions of dollars every year on our health. So that's a clue. That's at least a clue to me that, I don't know, maybe something is amiss. Oh, what do I know? Clearly the crack medical professionals at YouTube know better than I do because I got a warning. Anywho, so what do we do? What do we do? The answer is, I think it's up to each individual person. And I think that that's part of what we're all doing here on this planet, is learning and growing and finding out what works for each of us. And we're all so amazingly, wonderfully different. My girlfriend that's here right now, she and I we just have a great time together, but we feel very differently about some major things. And you know what? We still like each other. Which is, that is, in my mind, the way you run your life. You don't have to agree, with everything of everyone around you. But that doesn't mean that I don't want her to talk with me or express her opinion or share her views, because I learn from her. Every time we have a conversation, I learn from her and it makes me think. What I can share is what I do. And what I do is I don't just lay down and take it because I feel like that's a one-way ticket to continued control. And I don't want to be controlled. I don't think it's anybody's job to control what information I'm allowed to see or how I'm supposed to think. Apparently YouTube feels like I participated in wrongthink, even though I was very careful. And if you saw that video, you'll know, it's not a secret that I was very careful about what I said and how I said it. And I was just really trying to be helpful. What I do is I don't take it. I mouth off, I bitch back, I state what works for me. I don't just decide that that's okay, because in my world, it's not okay with me. I do not believe that it's YouTube's job to tell me how to run my healthcare for my body. And I don't think it's their job to determine what information I'm allowed to see. So how am I looking here? Are things shaping up? So I speak out, and I have friends that don't speak out. They don't want to, and I get it. It makes them feel uncomfortable. I feel like it's my job for me to not just take it, because that not only impacts the energy in the field about what people then feel comfortable doing, but I feel like it also, for me, affects my sense of self. In other words, if I'm just going to let people do things that I feel are not right, that are not fair, that are not in support of freedom for humans, then I'm diminishing myself. So me speaking out is partly because I feel like it's right, and partly because I feel like it's good for me, for my sense of self and my mental health. This is the Jones Road eyeliner pencil in brown. I usually wear black, but I actually kind of like how this has been looking. So I'm tight lining, and what I'm doing is I'm really trying to hit in between each of those lashes. That's kind of the goal. And you can see the difference between here and here. It really does make a difference. So many of you, and I've gotten quite a number of emails and comments underneath the video, it's still coffee time here, have written and said something like, I saved the video because I didn't have time to watch it when you put it out, but now I can't get at the links. And I know that can feel frustrating. Not only did they delete the video, but they deleted all the links below. So the people who wanted the information to be able to do their own research about what it was I had used no longer had that information. I just got mascara on my eyelid. So what I'm going to do is I have put the links that I used in that video. Thank heavens my assistant saved them. She's so good. I just absolutely love her. She makes my life worth living. I put those in today's email. I have a Sunday morning email newsletter that I send out every Sunday morning, filled with all kinds of really good information. If you're not subscribed, you might want to be, because it's really, really popular. Anyhow, I have put those in today's Sunday morning email newsletter, and I realize not all of you are subscribed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the newsletter, all the links to what I used, even, the ones that are apparently, according to YouTube and their crack medical team, medical misinformation. I'm going to go ahead and include those in the email newsletter all month long, because some of you are not going to watch this video right when it comes out. So I want to make sure that everybody gets the information if they want the information. So if you don't want to sign up for the email newsletter, just click the link below, put your name in. Once you get the email, then just click unsubscribe, and then you won't get it and you'll get the information. So that's what I'm going to do to try to help out those people who wanted, to know what I had listed, but unfortunately were denied that opportunity. Here we have the finished look. That's the story of me being a bad, bad girl, and about my wrong think and my warning to do it differently in the future. Are they going to take down this video? I don't know. I guess we're going to find out. Thank you so much for joining me today. You guys know it just makes my day when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 and over 60 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.